Sup. Welcome. Hey, this is Saturday, everybody. Hope you had a great week and are looking forward to something even better coming next week. All right. First and foremost, let's just jump straight into game. All right. There's nothing more to say. You guys see this, right? You guys see where I'm at. I'm ready. All right. We're gonna start this strong. Once again, this is like testing your RNG at the start of the day. This is the equivalent to waking up and then checking your lottery ticket to determine how the rest of your day is gonna go. All right. So, check this out. Resin is max. So I've been sitting here waiting for you guys for at least a while now, a couple minutes. So resin is full. Let's see it. 4 a.m. in Germany, my friend. That's that's something else. Welcome. I think that's a wrong piece, but not bad, but like not good either, right? Nowadays, you see something like this, you're like, That's like a mid flower, because if the last one rolls anything except crit damage, this flower is extremely like mid. The last piece has to roll crit damage. If it rolls even attack percentage, it's okay. Lightning MCK along with Satine or Satine, 2 from Germany. The Europe gang, they've been silent, but they're here. In German, what's that? How do you say thing? Danke? Is it Danke or Danke? Something along those lines. I believe that means thanks or something. Is it Danke? How do you say it? Hello from England. Danke. Oh yeah, Danke. Danke is like the shortened version, like thank. Danke is right. Like yeah, Danke is like the shortened, like thanks instead of thank you, right? Yeah, Danke. Am I saying it right? Is it Danke or Danke or Dank? Dank E. Dank E. Danke. Something like that. Your name says Gamer Chris. Yeah, Flowcat, you speak a bit of German, right? Am I saying it right? Or am I like kind of butchering it? But like how much of the effort counts? That's what I'm curious about, right? The fact that I just know random stuff like this, does that give me some sort of bonus points? Something along these lines. Okay, this is the thing. My accent kind of makes it wrong, but how do you say it though? Dunk. At this point, is Google Translate a good? I'm invested. Chat, are you not invested? Is it Dutch? Oh, they just call it German, I guess. Okay, let's hear it.
Danke. 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 Danke.
It just sounds like dank. Like dank. Like dank with an accent. Dank. Dank. Danke. 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 Is that better? Danke. We should be saying danke to Mahoyo for giving me this hydro cup. If that were hydro. If that were hydro. It kind of sounds like you're saying thank you with muffled consonants. So you have to emphasize it. I know in German or Dutch, it's Dutch, right? Is it like, okay, when you say that I like German, is it like a variation of the Dutch language, or it is Dutch, like the Dutch language? I never understood that part, because I know sometimes it was like, oh yeah, I speak Dutch, but like you know, I need to get educated on this part. This has been like one of those things that I've been always curious about, but like haven't really just. It's one Google search away, but I've never really done it. But it's been on the back of my mind. Dutch is Dutch. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dutch is like a dialect as far as... So if somebody spoke Dutch and then they came to Germany, would the two be able to converse 100% fine? They would understand everything. Like, no, there would be no language barrier between the two. Or would the dialect be strong enough that people from Germany would have problems understanding? Same origin, but different branches, not a dialect. Huh. So, like, people from, like, Germany wouldn't just understand somebody from a... Okay, nope, they wouldn't. Germans freak out when they say it is similar to Dutch. Okay. So German is German, Dutch is Dutch. They're from the same branch, but they're different, right? No. They're similar, but they're from different branches. I believe that's what they said. Now I know. Bam. What's the topic about? Anything. Darren, if you want to throw something in here, we can talk about it. Like, today is just the game. You know what? I'm going to even turn on the game audio here, because there's really... That's a Zhongli upgrade. No. Yes. Yes, that is a Zhongli upgrade, isn't it? Let's go turn on the audio. I usually don't turn on the audio. But yeah, today is just conversational. I don't need this to be anything more like crazy. Like with our last stream, we don't need today to be anything too crazy. Just come by, say hi. If you're busy, you know, feel free to tune out. But if you got some time, if you're just chilling, have some questions, or have something you want to talk about, throw it in chat. All right. If it's, as long as it's not like anything too controversial, I'm down to talk about it. Since when does Zhongli scale off defense? You're right. I think I have a pretty solid butt plug here for Zhongli. Oh no, that's his Geo. That's his Geo thing. Look, this is what I've been currently running. But I thought my Sands was the off piece, but I guess not. You see, Zhongli could use quite a bit of an upgrade. Not here though. Here's a pretty okay. Here's pretty okay as well. But I remember this Sands piece needs some help. It's pretty good too. Yeah, I remember this sand piece needed some help, but unfortunately it's not the off piece, so that's a rip. Definitely not for Ito. Who else scales off of HP? That can use the off piece. Scales off of HP. PP. Oh yeah, Kokomi. What's her off piece? She has none. Okay. I mean, don't really need that, right? You can throw this away. But then again, the crit rate, crit damage doesn't suit Kokomi. I guess, was it Diona? Diona scales off of HP, right? What happened to her artifacts? Elemental Mastery, HP. Oh, this one's gonna be better because it has like a double HP roll. Never mind. Never mind. Kisa Polar says, I'm in the mood for anything nice. I had a very rough day and today is my birthday. I'm sorry to hear that, but happy birthday, my friend. You know, sometimes you just gotta take some time for yourself, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know things can get really bad sometimes, but for the most part, alright, for myself, like, things have always just gotten better. Like, when you're at your lowest point, just hang in there and things usually turn around. Usually, right? And staying positive is really great. And now looking back, okay, this is some life lesson from, if you want to take it from like a 50-year-old dude. Like, looking back, I would say 90% of the things that I was worried about in the time that was boggling me down in that moment, give it like, sometimes not even a year, give it a month, and it didn't matter anymore. You know, like, and during the time, I thought my life was ruined. Like, this is the worst thing that could happen to me. But a month later, I don't even remember what it was. Like, if you want me to think back, how many events that were really detrimental to me that I still even remember? Almost none. What the fuck? Oh my god! Ugh! Ew! So yeah, I hope, you know, the stream today, we can kind of brighten your day up a little bit. And, you know, focus on the positives. Focus on the positives. Positive energy is what we should all be trying to channel whenever possible. And Flo, when are you gonna host that yoga class, man? Kawataro, so let's not start with the age again. People just don't believe me. What can I say? Oh, this... Elemental Mastery is good as an off-piece, but, like, what are these substats, bro? Like energy recharge? Hello? Bethar says, it's okay not to feel great all the time, too, though. Like, oh, yeah. Feeling good is tiring. Oh, I don't know, like, have you guys ever had like an amazing week? Do you guys think you can sustain that like every week and not feel burnt out? I know I can't. Bam. Kazuha artifacts? I believe I still have him running on the crit rate, crit damage stuff. Yeah. I have crit damage with the primordial. So like my Kazuha isn't like swirling for too much, but he's built kind of just to do damage himself. Granted, Kazuha doesn't have like the most insane damage. It's mostly just the 4-piece Viridescence, right? So I do have a set of artifacts that I have for him that's for Elemental Mastery. Venti's currently using, see? Elemental Mastery. But like... here, Elemental Mastery. And then where's Venti? Venti. I'm probably gonna switch him over eventually. Where is Venti? Hello? Oh, here, Elemental Mastery. So I was able to successfully farm out an Elemental Mastery set. But, you see, here's the thing. I'm debating whether I should be getting C2 Kazuha. Now, if I gauge the room, I know Flowcat's gonna pop out like, get it! Get him! But, for people who forgot what it does, here, let me take the chat off screen for a second here. It's pretty good, alright? So once you use his burst, you gain an additional 200 elemental mastery, and you increase the elemental mastery of characters within the field by 200 as well. So like basically your whole team gets a huge boost here in damage and utility features from your reactions and whatnot. it can easily push Kazuha over like 1,000. Easily. If he wasn't already, like, that could push Kazuha up to like 1,400 almost for like those people who are cracked out on elemental mastery. I don't even know what that looks like, 1,400 elemental mastery. Depending on your weapon, right? If you have a 5-star, like, was it like an Oathsworn weapon as well? Along with like cracked out artifacts and even like the substats on your other pieces, like your flower and your blah blah, like just completely out of this world. 1,400 with that constellation, but like that just feels like overkill. But that 200 elemental mastery to your entire team who's inside the burst is also really good. It's a huge boost. However, is it worth like $500 potentially? I don't know, right? I don't think so. 3 months, still no EM set. I guess I got lucky. I was in there for like a month tops every day, and I got all 3 of. Oh well, one of them is the off piece, but I got a couple. What's the mathematical probability of me even landing a hydro bonus? That's my question. What is the mathematical odds that I'm playing here? It has to be like less than 10%, right? Or like around like 10%. 1 in 10, maybe? Of course. Let me just check. I swear I have like 3 or 4 different ones already. I got Pyro. I got Electro. HP. Defense. Got 2 defense. Huh. This one I got Attack. Attack. Elemental Mastery. Attack. HP. Defense. Energy Regen. HP. Defense. Crit damage. I do have a crit damage piece already. Attack. Crit rate. Oh, I have crit rate as well. So the headpiece is pretty much okay at this point, I'll say. So I guess... Oh. Wait, when did I get this? Okay, where's Tartaglia first and foremost? No, not Tartaglia. This guy. Oh yeah, he's using the 4-piece. Okay. Where's my Tartaglia? We need to put all this stuff on Tartaglia. So echoes, we got this, which is like pretty damn good. For this one, I think I might be using an off piece for this one. For now, we can throw this on there. This one's kind of yikes. But if I had to choose one, I'd take this one. Hydro is probably going to be the off piece too, now that I think about it. And then this. Polar Star. Okay. I mean, I have like a very ratchet set. Kind of just finally ready, I guess. But one more time. Kate, oh, sorry I missed that message. Hey Walrus, how you doing? I'm doing good. Like pretty slow. You know, nothing too eventful to be honest with you guys. Like nothing too crazy has happened. And I guess in a way, oh my god, I quite literally got clapped right there. Isn't it like finals season? Like, well, I mean, season. I don't know what you got. Isn't it like finals right now for people? Or like, are you guys about to go into finals? I think people who are in high school don't end school until like June or something like that, right? I remember like if you're in secondary school, like high school, you don't get into summer holiday until June. For college students, you're pretty much nearing the end of your terms, right? Jeez. I got mine at the end of May. Oh, so finals for some people are all the way in May. Yo, for my Abyss this time, I was literally 5 seconds away from 36 starring the Abyss. And I'm too lazy to run through it again. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I thought I was gonna get it, so I wasn't paying attention to the time. And then when I finished, I look at the time and I was like, wait, is that like, did I not get it? And it was just like, I think it was 10 seconds off or something like that. But that was like my first run though. So it was my first one. I think I was using Raiden on one team, and then I was using Ayaka Freeze on the other team. So I don't know. I don't know if this 1 star I'm gonna care enough to go and get it. Like, I'm sure I can get it. It's just, why did it have to be Chamber 3, man? Like, did it have to be Chamber 3? Like, bro. So that's probably like just for a reference of how my week has gone, that's probably like the low point of my week. Missing out on 36 stars by 10 seconds. So I guess I had a pretty good week. The week wasn't too bad. Did my taxes. That was something, you know. Basically, like, I'm legally getting robbed by the government. That's something always. You gotta love that. Apart from that, man, like, really nothing too eventful. Like, this is just one of those weeks where I'm not gonna even remember it. Like, I'm not gonna even remember what I did this week. Come next week. Don't you guys have those weeks? Don't you guys have weeks that are so uneventful? Not saying they're bad. It's just like, I guess uneventful weeks makes up the bulk of your life. It's just one of those weeks. But yeah, I'll have you guys know I am a very generous contributor to. I swear at this point, the roads outside, like there's a portion of the highway that I funded. Let's just put it that way. All right, I'm a very active contributor of my community. Okay, I'm out here building the ways to, like, laying the foundations for our modern civilization with my contributions to society. Listen, everybody who's watching right now, there's a piece of the world out there that belongs to you, that you funded, that you financially supported, aided, whatever you want to call it. Just know that. Just know that deep inside. Like, if you've ever felt like, you know, you're lacking meaning in life, just know. Doesn't matter how small or insignificant, there's a piece of the land out there of construction that was financed by you. You own it. You know, just for that, you should give yourself a round of applause, pat yourself on the back, like, yeah, I am a contributor. Yeah. Bench Gamer says, I'm pretty sure my taxes are in a billionaire's bank account. Yeah, every money you put into Genshin is for development of the game. Well, a correction. Every bit of money you put into Genshin is for development of one of HoYoverse's ventures. It doesn't matter if it's like their VR program, or it's the Genshin, or it's probably even Honkai or Star Rails. It's one of these projects. You know, you're doing something, right? Theoretically, you should have a say. You know, like if I spend money gachaing for my big titty waifus, I should have a say during company meetings if I've got enough titty waifus. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. I don't know. Is there a player? This is what I'm curious about, right? Is there a player who has put more money into the game through gacha than an actual investor who has invested into Genshin? Is there a player who has spent $100,000 in this game? And if you think about it, if you took $100,000 and invested in HoYoverse like way back in the day, would you not be like a majority shareholder, or at least like you would have a say in the company? I'm just curious. I feel like at some point somebody must have invested into HoYoverse, or like back in the day, right? Let's say when they first started, when Dawei was just like a weeb with a dream. Did he not go around asking for money? And somebody like, hey, you know what? Here's $15,000. Here's $50,000. I support you, right? We all started with humble beginnings. Like Dawei didn't one day just wake up, you know, like with this freaking you know, anime waifu pajamas and body pillow, and was like, I'm gonna start a gaming company and I'm gonna go ask people to give me money, and he ended up getting like 500 million. That's not how this works. I'm just saying, there's somebody who has spent more money than some of the initial investors in HoYoverse in the game. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I just feel like these people deserve a voice. All right. Hey. But that's just a walrus opinion, right? Cassie Magazine, hi Walrus up. Welcome, Cat. Today we're just chilling. There's nothing like controversial. There's nothing crazy. We're just throwing ideas out there. Say whatever we want to say. Beth R says, pretty sure I read an article on someone who spent 70k on Genshin. Not sure about 100. Okay, well, give it some time, right? Give it a couple more years, and I'm sure somebody's gonna crest over that 100k point eventually. At this point, I feel like to those people, it's like to those people, it's kind of like an achievement. It's like a invisible achievement. How is your Kazuha level 80? Sometimes I don't level characters to 90. Like there's not even enough banner content to spend 100k, to be honest. I mean, you can start a second account and do the exact same thing. C6R5, 2 different accounts. If you're really a whale, are you even a whale if you don't have 2 C6R5 accounts? I'm just saying, like, are you even trying? Right? Can you even call yourself a Leviathan if you don't have 2 C6R5 accounts? Imagine if you tell somebody like, you know, I can crush your Abyss run with my eyes blindfolded on my Smurf account. That has C6R5 everything as well. That has to be one of the biggest flexes. I know free-to-plays hate it when people like talk about like spending money, you know, but then like at that point you just gotta be like, okay, do you need a, you know, tell that to Sanzu. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. Sanzu could do it if you wanted to. All right, at this point, there's not a shadow in my mind that Sanzu could C6R5 2 different accounts and be okay in life as well. It's just like, you know, for the most part, people who have those kind of finances, they either have like really disciplined I mean, they usually have better self-control, or they're mature enough to the point where they know that would be a terrible move to make. That would be like kind of the congratulations, you played yourself here moves one person can do. Jose Aguirre says, I have 4 accounts but only 2 are paid. You see, this is when people take Jose right here is one of those people who probably has 4 devices connected, and then he plays all 4 accounts at the same time when farming domains to increase difficulties. You can connect all 4 devices to a keyboard or a controller, and then macro every single key onto your controller, so you're controlling 4 different characters, but at the same time to have the most spontaneous and chaotic reaction you can possibly have. Can you guys imagine playing 4 characters at the same time on one controller or keyboard? Splendid. Amazing. That's the peak of Genshin gaming right there. This is the game that HoYoverse envisioned for us. So, the Flowcat says Sanzu doesn't truly love Kaching until he has 4 accounts with C6 R5 Kaching and co-ops with himself to have them all on screen at the same time.
Sussy the Flowcat just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Sanzu doesn't truly love Kaching until he has 4 accounts with C6 R5 Kaching and coops with himself to have them all on screen at the same time. JK.
Can you imagine if you actually controlled 4 C6 R5 Kachings in one domain and they all be using the burst at the same time? Can you imagine how big of an achievement that is? I gotta send that to Sanzu. He's gonna make it his mission. And Flowcat's gonna do it with Kazuha. Flowcat's gonna go away and be like, I have a mission for the Kazuha rerun banner. I need 3 more C6 R5 Kazuhas. And then I'm gonna file for bankruptcy. Thank goodness I'm not out here claiming I'm like some sort of dedicated main. I play them all. I have preferences, but I don't have things that I lean so hard on. Can you imagine somebody midway through their like summon session just straight up like files for bankruptcy? Like, you know what? I might be bankrupt after today, but I'm gonna get this C6 character regardless. I don't even care. Somebody's like so deep in it, I will cripple my financial position and years of saving and dedication to obtain the C6 waifu. Hashtag worth it. Yeah, I bet they feel worth it in the moment. Okay, chat, answer me this. Answer me this. Alright, real talk. Have you guys ever at any point in your life ended up doing something? Whether it be like saving up to get something, or asking your parents to get you something, or work, right, whatever, somehow, and then you ended up getting that something, and in the moment you might be happy, but then just the longer you ended up having it, the less you feel like it was worth it. I don't know, like, have you guys ever felt that? Whether it be like a gaming console, a Genshin character, or like a gadget, you just feel like the build up, the lead up to getting it was the best possible thing. Like, and the freaking walk, or like the bus ride or the subway ride to the store, it's just phenomenal. You'll never top that moment. The freaking, like, you're on your way to go get it, like a new phone, right, that you've been waiting for like a year, or like an upgrade you've been waiting for like 4 or 5 years. And like on the way, whether you're driving, on the bus, on the subway, biking, whatever, taking a taxi. The journey there as you're walking into the store, you know, like, oh my god, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. You'll never top that moment. That's what I found. I'm like, that moment is peak. You peaked. The second you get it, it's yours. You have it in your hand. It just starts to diminish like that. It just goes downhill slowly from there. It's not like a cliff, but it's like a slow decline. And after some time, it becomes normalized. Jessica says, yes, absolutely, with my new MacBook. Like, yeah, like your heart beats out of your chest when you're in the store getting it, or like when you know it's arriving today, if it's by delivery, you're just looking forward to it. And the days go by so slowly. It's like seconds just tick by like minutes. But once you get it, the magic just disappears. It's true. It's a weird phenomenon, isn't it? Beth R says, I used to want to buy a lot of things when I was younger. Realizing how empty those things felt was how I became more minimalistic nowadays. It's a process, isn't it? Like, you have to really go through it a couple times. Some people only need to do that a couple times to realize it, but others need like years of doing it. Like, materialistic living is just so... Oh my god, I sound like a hippie. Jesus Christ. I just realized I sound like a hippie saying this. I mean, it's just most of the time these things don't really matter in the long run. So at the end of the day, how important really is it to win that 50-50 to get this character? This is how I always see it, right? 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, how important would this be for you? I've said this before. Like, for people right now, I'm saying this right now because I know a lot of people are dying to get Ayaka, right? Like, oh my god, the Ice Queen, best DPS in the game, freeze, you know? It's just a year from now, you probably wouldn't even care. 5 years from now, you probably won't even remember. 10 years from now, to be honest, 10 years from now, would I still even be alive? That's like, I don't even know. So, how important really is it to win this 50-50? Not as important as most people would think. Alright? 5 years from now, we will play Hoyo VR. We'll be imprisoned into VR debt. We'll be working to farm hash rates for Hoyoverse in our VR prisons in exchange for Primo Gems. It's about perspective, right, people? Like, if you think about it like this, you start to care about it less. I know this worked for me because I don't remember who told me this, though. Like, somebody told me this. Somebody actually sat me down. I think back in the day, I was a very hot-headed person. I was as difficult as they come, you can say it like that. Like, I was difficult to manage, to converse with. And somebody told me, right, like, you know, like, you always I guess I'm competitive in a way. You're always so competitive. You always want the best. You always want to min-max. You know, really, if you just stop and think about it, would this matter a year from now? Like, and in the moment, of course, I defended myself. I was like, no, shut the fuck up. You don't know me and stuff like that. But it stuck with me, right? Like, this is some of the things that in the moment, you guys have to realize. When somebody argues with you, in the moment, they might not listen, right? But if you truly understand them, and you say the things that just needs to be said, they can punch you in the face. But afterwards, even if they don't even remember who you are anymore, the words would stay. The words will stay. Like, it's weird. When they strike a chord, like deep within you, non-sexually, of course, and sexually, but mostly non-sexually. I'm referring to the non-sexual one. So if they strike a chord deep within you, you'll remember it. You'll remember it, most likely for life. And I'm just passing that on to you guys. Kyosu says the closest regret was Shenhe because I only pulled her to flex on my friends and I didn't use her, but now she's a staple in my Ayaka team. Yeah, like we end up making it work. We end up making it work, right? For the most part, if we're gonna have to live with the reality that we created for ourselves, like Tiosu, right? You got Shenhe to flex on your friends. That's the reality that you have to live with, and it's just one way. That's like we cope with it. Copium, right there. Devanya Mando, I remember you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? We're just talking, man. We're just like sharing philosophical lessons with each other. We're talking about leaving deep impressions within each other, non-sexually, of course. But yeah, we're having a good time here. Like, just winding down on a Saturday evening for me. 4 a.m. at this point, I think almost 5 a.m. for some people in Germany. And some people in Asia already on Sunday. Midday, right? I'm 3J says, as a guy with cryo as a staple, Shenhe is a universal cryo constellation. It's really good to play Shenhe in cryo teams. I don't know if I even have one ready here. It's one of my staple teams as well, but I might have swapped it out. Yeah, I swapped it out for this Ganyu team. Usually I have Ayaka, Ganyu, Kokomi, Shenhe. I don't even use Kazuha in my cryo teams anymore. Like, I just use Shenhe. Shenhe is very good, but like not nowhere near like important or must get or necessary. I guess even for like full cryo teams, she's not necessary. Now, you might wonder, are there characters that are necessary in the game? I feel like nowadays, to navigate the current landscape, you need like someone like Raiden or like a hyper carry of some sort. A strong carry. Raiden, Ayaka can work. I guess Ganyu, in a sense, could work. You don't need to be too like intense. I think necessary or must pulls are not labeled to one character, but one category, right? I think it's a must to have a buffer. So Bennett is a buffer, right? There are other buffers in the game. I think it's a must that you have some sort of buffer on your team. It's a must for you to have some sort of carry, like preferably hyper carry. I think these categories makes more sense to tell people, like, you must find someone like that for you, as opposed to like one specific character, because you can find that in multiple characters. Eula could be a hyper carry. Where is my Ayaka? Oh. Kokomi. This is a team that I run. I like this team. I like this team. I like it a lot. So 2 DPS and buffers per account. I think like, yeah, like you, of course you need 2 DPS or like a drive. You could build a driver team. So I guess you don't need 2 DPS. You could theoretically you can do one like strong DPS and the other could just be a driver, electro like Kokomi, right? Be a driver in an electro charge team and you can make it work. Okay, question. What exactly qualifies as a hyper carry? That's a great question. This is what qualifies as a hyper carry. A hyper carry is somebody who can like do enough damage to equate the total damage of an entire team. So, in this game right now, how many characters can do enough damage that equates to an entire team's worth of damage? Like one person like rivaling the damage of an entire 4 squad combined damage. Raiden, right, is one of them. Granted, you have to be a C2 or C3 Raiden to truly say she's like a, like, I know there's like Raiden hyper carry teams, but those teams really required you know, their teammates to pull their own weight as well. In fact, Raiden hyper carry team is one of the most expensive teams to build in the game, right? Hyper carries are labeled through mostly how much, like Eula. Where the frick is Eula? Eula is a great example of this. Eula is a hyper carry. Almost never, like, for example, an instance where Eula can share field time is when you bring someone like Raiden Shogun. But C0 Raiden Shogun doesn't really come close in a support DPS position in a Eula team. Yes, C0 Raiden can rival Eula's damage output when she herself is the main carry on the team. I think this concept confuses a lot of people. When I say C0 Raiden in a Eula team cannot stack up to Eula's damage output, is mostly because the resources aren't really going to Raiden. When Raiden is in her own hyper carry team, you are building up her resolve. You're making sure Raiden has all the necessary tools to succeed. Whereas in a Eula team, Raiden only comes out to use her burst to fill up the downtime for damage and to charge everybody's burst back up to prepare Eula for her second round, right? So I'm not saying Raiden sucks in damage. In fact, in a hyper carry team, Raiden rivals Eula and probably in most cases surpasses her. Like Raiden's team surpasses Eula's because Raiden's team has close to no downtime. That's one of Raiden hyper carry's strength, all right? Another good hyper carry is in fact Ayaka. If you look at Ayaka teams, like her most popular teams, I guess like in a way she shares damage output with someone like Xingqiu. But Ayaka herself outputs so much damage for the most part that she equates an entire team's worth of damage. Hu Tao is one of those like that's like actively the Hu Tao I don't think can qualify as a hyper carry because of one reason. Because Hu Tao without Xingqiu kind of falls off a cliff. Whereas Ayaka Ayaka doesn't need Xingqiu for the damage. You guys know what I mean? Ayaka needs a Hydro. Ayaka just needs Hydro. She brings Xingqiu for the freeze, not the damage. That's a big distinction to make for people. Hu Tao brings Xingqiu for the damage. Right? I'm not saying Hu Tao is bad, but I don't think Hu Tao fits the hyper carry role very well. But don't get me wrong, she's a great carry. She's just a dual carry with Xingqiu. You need Xingqiu. Zhao is a good hyper carry. Zhao is a good example of a hyper carry. For the most part, people just funnel everything into Zhao, and he doesn't rely on reactions. He doesn't rely on it. He's just himself. Maybe like a buffer, like a Bennett, right? That's it. Huangbei saying, isn't Hu Tao doing most of the damage in that team? Yes, but it doesn't work without Xingqiu. Without Xingqiu, it doesn't work. Because no one else can apply Hydro like Xingqiu does. In combination to how Hu Tao plays, how Hu Tao deals damage. It's like it's too much of a reliance to call her a hyper carry. She's a great vape carry. She's a great carry, but she doesn't fit the hyper carry category, right? Same with Tartaglia. Tartaglia is a great carry, but he is not a hyper carry. Him with Xiangling is amazing, but take Xiangling away, what about other options? He has some electro charge teams, but you know, he requires reactions. Hyper carries for the most part don't really rely on singular like reactions and whatnot. Their damage comes mostly from their scaling, their innate scaling, right? That's why I don't think Ganyu is like a hyper carry as well. She's a strong carry, but for the most part, her peak damage potential are in like reaction teams with Xiangling as well, right? So I'm not biased here. I'm just saying, not really a hyper carry. Someone like Ito could be categorized as a hyper carry as well, simply because of how Geo works. But Ito is a very expensive character to build, right? He doesn't really rely on reactions. He needs buffers, and everything funnels back into Ito, and he's the one that carries the teams. Hyper carries, that's what they are. I think hyper carry teams sometimes can get very boring very fast due to the lack of variance. But, you know, they get the job done. They're very efficient. But most of them are extremely expensive. Like, very expensive. Very expensive. Very expensive. Like, if you want to crack them out, very expensive. You love very expensive. Right? Hyper carries are expensive, but they give you back... They give it back. It's worth it. Right. Ningguang Razor, they were like Gen 1 hyper carries. We're in Gen 2 now, pretty much. Razor and Ningguang were like the OG hyper carry concepts, right? I guess back in the day, Kaching was also a hyper carry. Because like, who was running reactions with Kaching? Nobody. But Kaching was dropped real quick once other options come out. Like, Kaching fits that archetype, but her potential, her ceiling is too low. That's why Kaching doesn't work as a hyper carry. Unfortunate. Like, by all standards, she is supposed to be one. She just doesn't have the... Yeah. Doesn't have the ceiling. It's not there. I'm so close to C6 Kaching. Need 2 more. Look at that. This 6%, if they change this 6% to maybe like 10 or 15%, she probably would be an okay character at C6. Take this 6%, change it to 10 to 15, and her C6 would be okay. I wouldn't even say like amazing, but she'll be okay. Right now, she just like her C6 feels compared to like just comparing it to other people's C6, right? Like Ito C6. Oh man. But till this day, if I could choose one character to C6, I would still want Ganyu C6. It's so easy to use this C6, and it's so fun. Ganyu C6 is so much fun. So versatile as well. My Kaching is C3 now, so I use her as electro DPS. It's decent, but still not even half as strong as my C2 Raiden. Yeah, they're just like... They're not even carved from the same piece of wood anymore. Same sheet of paper, that's what they say. Like, not cut from the same sheet of paper. It's just built different is the only way you can describe the difference between Kaching and Raiden. C6 Kaching should be 100% electro damage bonus plus ignore 100% enemy defense. Alright, be careful. Sanzu River might just pop in and give you a free 5-star for saying. I think okay. Right now, the thing that worries me the most, like let's be honest here. When we talk about these imbalances of characters, Sanzu and I have been talking about this. Sometimes if you see us in even in my video comment sections, you might see us talking. It's just we have pretty high hopes for what you call it. We have pretty high hopes for Dendro, and I think at this point the how much is riding on Dendro being good is getting to the point where it's kind of scary. It's honestly getting a little scary, because if Dendro doesn't do like some of the things that we're hoping it does, like we could be in for a long drought of power imbalance. It's not as fun when the options are kind of locked off for you. Like for example, if you want to play your favorite team and you like knowing that it's weaker than something else that's available, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Some people might be like, I don't care, if I like the team enough, I'll play it regardless. But especially if you have the other team available to you, why wouldn't you, right? I just feel like for the most part, the game element wise, I agree with Sanzu's say, like it's not balanced at all. And I've been saying this for over a year now. Like I've made videos even a year ago this time talking about the imbalance, and people kept laughing at me and saying like I'm bringing up non-issues. But over time, more and more people join the cause. More and more people join this cause because they understand you really have to reach endgame with a couple different teams and variations, because you learn this through the investments. Like how much time and effort you put into a character versus like another character, and you just start realizing like, wait, why am I putting so much more into this character and this team, but it cannot compete with that team, even though I put in like half or sometimes even a fraction of the resources? How is that fair? How is that fun? I feel like there's too much riding on Dendro, and I think Hoyoverse is I don't know. I don't know how much I trust Hoyoverse when it comes to doing the right thing. And I've said this in many of my videos. I think they're a good company. I think they have a lot of talented people on their teams. It's just I don't trust them to do the right thing with that power. When I first got Zhao, he immediately stomped over my Kachima, who I'd invested a lot in, which was something. Yeah, like when I first ran into this problem as well, it was quite the eye-opener. It just makes me feel like it's mainly because the resources are so expensive. If resin wasn't a problem, this wouldn't be a problem, because you can be like, I don't care, I'll just go spend like a week or 2 weeks grinding up my favorite character. So what? There's no cost to it. The cost is my time. Right? I get to decide, I get to dictate when this happens. If I wanted to do it, I could do it in 2 weeks, or if I can do it over time, it can take me 2 months. But because resin exists, it makes you feel so much worse when you invest into a character, knowing that the character won't yield the type of damage or whatever compared to another character. Oh, where did my Ayaka go? I guess you guys have watched the latest Vars video, huh? I'ma be honest, I don't watch Vars. I could. I don't have anything against the guy. It's just I've never watched Vars. I heard about him quite a lot. Like Valk, Vars, I know both of them, but I've never watched them. If we have non-resident day for 24 hours, I bet people will be crazy for it. I think people are gonna lose their freaking minds. You think Geo will have the same Dendro interaction with any other element? I'm scared for Geo and Dendro and Anemo and Dendro. I just really hope they don't end up being the like a trio of not interacting with each other. Listen, chat, this might be copium as well, but there is a chance that Hoyoverse through the Dendro update give Anemo and Geo a reaction. Maybe. I'm just saying. There is a chance. Right? If they introduce a Dendro Anemo Dendro Geo reaction, there is a chance that Geo and Anemo may, although the chance is very slim, there is a chance that they'll just update it and give them a reaction as well. FitLife says, what's your reaction about Tower Fantasy? I've seen it, haven't played it. To be honest, it feels kind of clunky to me. Like, it doesn't feel smooth. Look at Genshin, right? Look at how the Genshin characters move. They feel like even in the way they walk, it feels like there's more realism. There's more effort put in. Like I actually feel like they're moving, whereas it feels too clunky for me. It feels too clunky in Tower of Fantasy. The characters don't feel as like look at this. Look at the simple move of her doing one auto attack. Look at the animation. Like the quality of animation here is just unrivaled, right? And I just don't see that fluidity in Tower of Fantasy. I don't see it. And for immersion reasons, and I enjoy the combat, right? Let's look at Ganyu, an older character. Where like it's just not the same. So for that reason, I don't think it's going to compete with Genshin anytime soon. Look at this. Look at this animation. That's why I enjoy Genshin, and this persists throughout the game for enemies as well, and just everything in general. So I think the quality here is just something that's gonna take the industry quite a while to kind of compete with. But I'm sure one day something will come out that'll put that'll even elevate this further. But not anytime soon. Bench Gamers' Tower of Fantasy just look too much like a clone, and I think most games that comes out after Genshin is gonna feel in part, because let's be honest, they're all influenced by Genshin. Like let's not kid ourselves here in thinking that future anime RPG open world adventure games are not inspired by Genshin. I think in a way Genshin was also inspired by Breath of the Wild, but they took that inspiration and they just ran with it. In the future, games will come out and they're gonna feel like, people say like clone, copy, but like, yeah, Genshin took a risk and it proved and it paid off, right? And it proved to the world that it works. Nobody else wanted to take this risk. Genshin did. And it paid off. So now, of course, they're going to follow in Genshin's footsteps because Genshin already took the biggest risk possible in testing the waters with this type of venture. So, of course, they're going to try to copy Genshin's success and formula. It's just like when content creators first start out, they always are copying a style of another creator, right? Can we agree on that? It's just most times when you get inspired to do something, you see someone else do it. That's what inspired is. You get inspired, so of course you're going to be heavily influenced by whatever inspired you. So it's normal to see a lot of similarities even, but it takes time for that to mature. Eventually, like when you started off inspired by someone else, you copy their style, right? Because you know it works and you want to be them. But eventually, as you do it long enough, you develop your own style. It's the same for drawing. If there's any artists in the chat, like how many of you started off by copying other drawings? You look at something and then you copy it or you trace it. But eventually, over time, you keep developing it. You end up formulating your own style, right? That's how everything grows. That's how most things mature. You take something that works, you copy it, and then slowly over time, you develop it into your own thing. That's what the industry needs. It's time to develop their own style and uniqueness for different games. And I think Genshin, for the most part, set a great example. And like being the first one, they set such a high standard. Like, you know, the technology is there. You know, like something even better than Genshin exists. Like it doesn't exist, but it's possible to exist. It's just it's gonna cost too much money and time, and there comes a point where like how much more realism and immersion is needed to yield benefits. What I'm saying is there's a threshold, right? How much do you put in for how much do you get back out? Let's say Genshin, they put in how much money? Was it like $200 million? To develop the initial game? What if they put 300 million? Would that have yielded even more returns? Like, would that have scaled in terms of returns? Or what if they only put in 100 million? Would they have gotten around the same sort of returns either way? I don't know, right? So companies are always thinking, okay, what if we only put in like 50 million? What if we put in 50 million? Can we still rival, maybe even come close to what Genshin got in revenues? So there's going to be a long period of time where they start to realize that, okay, the sweet spot is around like 80 to 100 million. So basically Genshin got the because you need that much money to get this quality of animation, to get this quality of immersion. And once you reach this threshold, you don't need to go anymore. Like if Genshin was even more realistic, right? Like each character had their unique walk. For example, look at the walk. The walk feels pretty generic, right? But what if they spend an extra however much money to make each character have a unique walk, like running style? Would that matter? Would that generate them like 5 times the revenue in return? I don't think so. It's just there's a point where it's like enough is enough. We don't need to go anymore. Any more is excessive, redundant. So companies are right now, like Tower of Fantasy, you can tell, they didn't put in nearly as much money as Genshin did because they're trying to test the waters to see, okay, how much can we get away with? Would this clunky animation be enough to entice people just simply because it's still anime-esque, right? It's still anime-esque, it's still combat, and it's still open world. Would that be enough? Would people care about this game enough to play it? So give them time. I'd say give them a solid 5 years or so. By the time Genshin is like in Shisnaya or maybe even beyond, I think we'll start seeing like people really figure this out. And there will be people who see the end of Genshin and see how Genshin is already in its decline, right? I know Sumeru's gonna pull back a lot of people, and even newer players are gonna come in through Sumeru. But like Genshin has had its peak, and Genshin has become quite. Like Genshin has leveled out quite a lot. You're not gonna see any big spikes in Genshin for the most part. Maybe at the end, like when Shisnaya comes out, like the story finishes, maybe all the old players will come back to see what's up. Maybe that's going to be like the last spark for Genshin. And then it's going to be the new era. I'm really excited to see what this genre has in store for us in the future. And I'm sure it's still going to be predatory as hell. It's going to like cost you a nice, you know, like a cool $100 to $200 to get your characters. But you know, that's what the genre is. I think at this point, there's no point in being some sort of revolutionary personnel trying to change this, because money talks, right? Let them make their money. Bench Gamer says, I actually think the predatory nature of the genre is actually an attraction now. And I agree with you. Why? It's because for the most part, there's a high end like barrier for entry, right? If you want to even be somewhat remotely competitive in the game of Genshin, you need a C6R5. And that's like thousands of dollars. So it's not as cheap as like, oh, I dropped $20 and now suddenly I can compete with the best of them. It makes these spenders feel like their money is, like, believe it or not, well spent, right? They feel like, okay, I spent this much money and I feel like I'm getting something out of it. I feel like people can't take this away from me. And the game doesn't have much power creep. So even like a year, 2 years from now, their investment probably still holds true. A C6R5, free-to-plays are not getting a C6R5 for a long time. Like, I'd be surprised if in 4 years from now, a free-to-play player even has a C6R5. And they started back in 1.0. I'd be surprised. Because I would be like, damn, this person really just spent every bit of Primo Gems on one character. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Genshin is one of those games. Like, you can see other mobile games. If you just play diligently for a year, 2 years, you'll be fine. Like, you'll probably have something similar to some of the best players like on the leaderboards. Like, you can crush spenders on leaderboards in some other games if you just played long enough, diligently, right? But Genshin is one of those games where you can play diligently your whole damn life and you won't come close to a whale. Not even close. You won't even be scratching their pinky toe when it comes to power scaling. It's not fair in that regards, right? But I think that's why Genshin is so successful. It's because the whales know this is one of those games where if you whale, no one is even close to you. Like, free to play is beneath you forever. And that is why Genshin will never have a competitive game mode. Because free to plays don't stand a chance. At all. At all. And you can see it even in the personalities of content creators, right? Like, they enjoy spending. They don't, like, they're not a dick about it, but they enjoy it to the point where they understand that they are above free-to-plays. And that's all it needs. Like, that's all it needs to be for some people. Like, to feel superior in some way, right? Even if there's not a leaderboard. The Genshin community is big enough for them to feel like important. Like, unfortunately, I don't have a single C6R5 character, but I have all the characters, and I feel like in that way it makes me happy. And I built all my 5 stars. I have all my 5 stars built. But do I feel superior? No. There are free-to-plays who crushes me in Abyss because they've invested into a couple characters, right? And I am a spender as well. But I'm not that kind of spender, if you guys know what I mean. I've never spent on resin refill. Never. I've never spent money on this. I think it's stupid. But there are free-to-plays that play this game more diligently. I let my resin fill up on some days, right? I don't do my daily commissions every day. Not every day. So I end up not getting the maximum. I skip events, right? So there are free-to-plays who play this game like religiously. They maximize all their carries and everything, and they only have like 3 carries. Let's say a free-to-play player has like a, I don't know, like a C2 Raiden, and then they have an Ayaka, and then they have a Kazuha at both at C0. And that's it. And they have like 1 5-star weapon on Ayaka. And their Raiden uses this like the catch. And that's, and they've been playing since like, I don't know, patch 1.3 or some shit like that. Like, and their Raiden is like insanely built. Like their Raiden has 75% crit rate with 163% crit damage. Their Raiden is gonna hit harder than mine. Like what like, or somewhere similar, and they're a free to play, but they made hyper invested, like they've hyper invested into a couple characters, and they're like, their Raiden national team is like freaking cracked out of its mind. You know what I mean? Like they're all level 90. They're all cracked on artifacts. They're all running like the most insane artifacts in the entire freaking world, because they spent literally like a year building the same, like the 3 characters. Like, right? And they got C0 Raiden on her initial banner, and then they saved up all the way to get her C2 during the rerun. They got Kazuha, they got Ayaka. Maybe they have like a Mona Jean or like something like that from like losing 50-50 once. These people exist. Right? These people exist. You guys think I'm over exaggerating, but you guys have to understand the dedication some people have to this game as a free-to-play player is just absolutely insane. Yeah, they're really toxic for the most part, because, you know, you better, like, for like someone like me who makes a video saying I don't like C0 Raiden. I think C0 Raiden is half of the character that she should be. Right? And people lose their freaking mind. People's like, how dare you? How dare you? You know, they're very passionate people. And I get that. I respect it. Right? But, you know, if I were a Giga Whale, someone like that, they can spend 27 hours a day playing this game. Baby, you ain't even touching my butt cheeks. Like, some people say, like, eat my dust. Bro, you won't even have the chance to eat my dust. My dust would have settled back into the Earth's crater before you even come close to where I am. That's the difference between, like, a free-to-play and a Giga Whale. Right? Like, there's a... For the people who know Chinese, let me say something for you guys. All right, I'll translate it afterwards. This is a saying that my mom always used to say. She says like, 吃屎. Wait. Yeah, 吃屎都吃不上热的. Basically, like, it's such a vulgar thing, but she's trying to make the point was like, the difference right here is that, like, even if you're eating doo-doo, it's cold doo-doo. Like, you're so behind that even if you're eating the doo-doo, the leftover doo-doo, it's cold. Because the warm doo-doo is already, like, gone. You know what I mean? You can't even eat the warm crap. You gotta eat the cold crap. That's the difference between, like, a Giga Whale and a free-to-play. Granted, thank God it's not a competition. Yeah. Well, my mom back in the day used to tell me to work hard, right? Like, she said, like, if you don't work hard, if you don't, like, seize your opportunities, like, you're just going to be eating table scraps that's left behind by other people. This is when I was young, very young. And she gave me the analogies, like, if you don't work hard in life, right? And you're content with eating, like, the leftovers. You're content with taking the scraps left behind by other people who wanted to work hard. Well, guess what? Even if you're eating crap, like, even if you're eating shit, like, you won't even be able to eat warm shit if you don't work hard. Like that's how competitive society is, right? Like nobody's gonna just hand you an opportunity. You're gonna have to fight for it. And it's the same analogy here, pretty much. Bench Gamer said now she's like invested in Tesla. Bro, okay, my mom invested in Tesla, I think back 2-3 years ago. Like she was very happy with the Tesla investment. I invested in Tesla. Like I guess our whole family was invested in Tesla. Steven C2 says, 但是 Whale 赞助 F2P 他们觉得自豪都无所谓. Yeah. So what Steven is saying, like the whales are like sponsoring a free environment for the free-to-plays, right? The whales are paying for this game to stay free-to-play, so it's okay for the whales to feel, you know, self-accomplished, to feel some sort of pride. It's fine. It's okay because they're paying for it. Genshin whales and free-to-plays have like I think all gacha games have this bad relationship between free-to-plays and spenders. Free-to-plays don't respect the spenders enough because they feel like they don't owe them shit, right? But spenders lord it over the free-to-plays like there's some sort of like demigod or something. And I think we really started off on the wrong foot. But I guess it's because most people who pay for the game want to feel like they're accomplished, want to feel like their money is worth something. So they end up maybe inadvertently coming across as an asshole sometimes, being like, hey, look at what I got. I got this shiny thing that you don't have. But what they really want to say is like, damn, look at me. Like, just praise me. Say something good about me so I can feel good about and feel justified spending this amount of money. But the free-to-plays hear it as like, you dumb fuck, you broke-ass bitches, right? Like, look at me, I got more money than you. So, of course, the free-to-players are going to respond like, yo, fuck you and your freaking bank account, right? Or fuck you and your tax-free savings account. I don't care about your money. Like, get that shit. Like, I beat the game free-to-play. Like, what you talking about, right? I did the same thing that you did, that you had to spend it, like, and then you end up in like the two communities at odds with each other, whereas in one part the people who pay just want the free to play. It's like, wow, nice Kazuha, man, I wish I had a Kazuha. Whereas the ones who are paying for the game are doing so willingly to keep the game free to play, so the free to plays can truly enjoy the game without having to spend a dime. But it's coming across different, you know. It's coming across completely different, and the message it ain't getting across to each other. And I think, like, the spenders don't mean to harass the free-to-plays. They just want some sort of like compliments, right? So in chat right now, everybody just compliment and say like, wow, Walrus, nice Ayaka, man. I wish I had an Ayaka. Immediately, I'm over the moon. I'm freaking like grinning and smiling like, you like my Ayaka? You want to see her do some big pee-pee damage? Like, that's how the whales feel. Especially if they have a C6 R5 Ayaka. Like, you know, but free-to-plays aren't gonna bow down just because people spend money, because we are taught to have dignity, right? We're taught to hold ourselves in a position of pride. Like, don't be jealous of other people just because they have money. So it's our education. And I think there's one thing that we can all agree on that influenced us to be like this. Like, both for the whales to feel like they need to have something over the free-to-plays, as well as the free-to-plays saying like, I need to stand my ground and hold on to my dignity, right? And that one thing we have in common is anime. If you guys watch anime, you'll see different archetypes, right? The rich and powerful people, and like the poor but like dignified people. They have such strong like moral compasses, and sometimes protagonists of animes will start like weak, fragile, broken, and they work themselves up towards being someone powerful, being someone of value. And a lot of the times during their journey, they'll meet these people who are rich and accomplished, but then through hardship, and I mean through hard work and dedication, these people will over time overcome them. A great example is Neji and versus Naruto, right? Like, we all grew up watching this stuff, so of course, in a way, we're all influenced by it, and we want to emulate it to some degree. Of course, not like none of you free-to-plays are gonna one day just wake up and be like, Kagebunshin no Jutsu. Like, we are not that dumb. It's just the energy of that. So it's hard for free-to-plays to have their spirits broken by, like, pay-to-play players. We're all anime watchers. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Most people who play Genshin are like, have watched anime, and to a certain degree are influenced by its, you know, teachings. So it's funny because we all think we're the protagonists of our own story, but in the end, we're just Yamcha. Most of us. Bro, let's not kid ourselves, right? You think you're Goku, Vegeta? Like, bro, you're not even Krillin in the grand scheme of things. We're not even Yamcha, yeah. We're not even Yamcha. I'm overselling us here a little bit. In the grand scheme of things, we ain't even Yamchas, right? So everybody just chill, enjoy it for what it is, and maybe like not be too harsh on each other and ourselves for the most part. That sucker fight. No, me too. I'm not Yamcha either. I ain't shit. You know, like, for the most part, if we're thinking about this in the grand scheme of things, you know, we're not that. We're not that much. But most people can't handle the truth. And that's why when I make these videos, I talk about stuff, they come guns blazing in the comment section, right? And you can see these people, like, I understand where they're coming from, like, and what they're wanting to defend, but they're doing, like, they're basically actively telling me, like, I will be wrong, but I will not be offended. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather be wrong than offended. Is what I feel like 80% of people are. They would actively say the wrong thing just to not backtrack. You know what I mean? Like, let's say they said something and then they realize, oh crap, that was wrong. They will defend that wrong statement to the end just to not lose face, or just to not be embarrassed at their initial statement being wrong. Shukai says, 说什么都能当 NPC 就好了. Chinese word save space. So, Shukai's, let's see how this... Shukai's basically saying, like, you know, it's nice just being an NPC, right? Like, it's nice just to be able to be an NPC. Just to even be in the story as an NPC, that's good enough. And I think if people all felt like this, we would live in a much better environment. Let's be honest. Jake Nguyen says, so basically they are ready to die on their hill. Most people are. Dude, Jake, I'll tell you this right now. Most people are born on the same hill that they die on. And that's the hill you're referring to. Like, they are born on that hill and they'll die on that hill. They never want to, like, expand outwards. No, but if you're asking me, is there anything wrong with that? No, absolutely not. Why should you venture out of your comfort zone? You are free to do what you want. You're free to say what you want. Be happy. You're born into an era of time that you can do that. You know? Like, there's a lot to be happy about, but... Like, I'm using Genshin as an example because I think Genshin, the different aspects of the community really exemplify and amplify this behavior and this social kind of separation that we have with each other. It's very apparent. And you can see this in different communities. Like, for example, if you go to different Twitch streams and go look at chat, the people in different chats, you'll find some similarities between different streams. Like, I'm talking even my stream as well. Let's say compare my stream to like Soul or Flowcat, right? I guess Flowcat is not a good example because we share a lot of our audiences, because Flowcat and I in many ways are similar people. But if you look at someone like Soul of an Artist, he's much more aggressive, he's much more outspoken, and you see people in his chat, they're definitely similar to him, right? They believe in the cause and they're very outspoken. They speak their mind without worrying about repercussion, because they just don't think that it matters, right? They don't care about what other people say. Now those people, for the most part, say the truth. For the most part, they say the truth, but sometimes they are too emotionally charged. And that's not me bad-mouthing Soul. It's just like, they say what comes to mind. And sometimes saying what comes to mind may not be the most right thing to say, right? I'm not saying like, oh, you're hurting my feeling. No. Feelings don't matter. But the first thing that comes to your mind, most of the time, it's like a knee-jerk reaction response. And if you are very knowledgeable, very well-trained, like someone like Jordan Peterson, is that his name? Is his name Jordan Peterson? You guys must have seen him. Jordan Peterson. Yeah, Jordan Peterson. Someone like that oftentimes can say whatever comes to mind, and it be just golden nuggets. But unless you're somebody of that caliber, for the most part, you probably should think or double check what you're about to say before it comes out of your mouth, because there's a high chance that it's not right, you know. And it's the same for me. I say a lot of things, and sometimes I repeat myself over and over again. I'm sure you guys notice this, especially when I'm live streaming. Talking about something, I repeat the same points, just using different diction. Like, I'll say the exact same thing twice using different words. In a way, it shows my inadequate, I guess, in my use of language and depiction. But hopefully it gets better over time. Hopefully I become more articulate. I can get to the point faster, be more precise with my delivery, and just end up making more quality content that way, right? Say what I need to say in half the time that I used to. I think I've gotten better at talking on stream, having my thoughts flow out without it being stuck. Because it feels bad when I'm trying to say something, and then it's just like, in my mind, I know what I want to say, but it just stuck. Scoop NYG. Holy. Gratis is here as well. Same Walrus, same. Thanks for checking in, Gratis. I don't quite know what you're saying, same Walrus, same too. But you know, it's nice of you to just pop in once in a while. How are you doing? Here, let me answer this question from Scoop real quick. On Ayato.
Sussy Scoop NYG just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Q. What's your honest opinion on Ayato and Ayuka on the same team? Because I was thinking with my account Jean, C6, Ye Miko, C6, Ayato, C1, Ayuka, C0.
I think they make a good team together. But if you want to ask me if they're the best together, I don't think they're the best. I do think Ayato's Hydro application with his burst skill pales in comparison to someone like Ganyu's the rate of application. That being said, I think for the most part they work well. They fill each other's DPS downtime very well. Very good. So, you see, I just did it. Very well. Very good. I'm just, because I feel like the first one didn't quite hammer home. And I'd say very good. Why didn't I just say great? They're a great pair. Still working on it, chat. Still working on it. Give me some time. But I think they work well with each other. It's just, I think Ayaka with Shinchu is usually better. I think Ayato with Ganyu is better. So But I think there's nothing wrong with pairing them together. The damage is going to be off the charts with those two on the same team. There will be zero downtime because Ayato, it uses infusion through elemental skill, right? And Ayaka's biggest damage output is through her burst. So, you know, they cover for each other fairly well. It's just I don't think they synergize the best with each other. Yes. Gratis, how have you been, my friend? How have you been? Still, I've been. You know what series I really miss, Gratis? The series where you go like, watch this if you don't have blank. Can we get like a watch this if you don't have Ayato video, please? Can I request a video series back? How many people here miss that series? How many people know that series? Back in the day, he used to make these videos. Oh, he's addicted to Elden Rings! Oh! So, Gratis, what you're saying is, we can wait in anticipation for a potential Gratis Elden Ring video. Correct. Are we correct in assuming that? Walrus, can you do a video? Watch this if you don't have cryo unit in floor 12. Bro, listen. You guys might not understand the amount of work and effort that goes into one of those videos. Like, Gratis, do you want to just like share with people how long it takes to make one of those videos? Jesus Christ. Because, okay, listen, not only do you have to build the character, right? And you have to record the entire building process, which depending on your luck, can take a while, right? And then after you build the characters, you have to set up a narrative. I'm actually editing a video that has a bit of other. Yeah! Alright, looking forward to it. Gratis. Wait, Gratis. How's your internet? Like, have you upgraded the internet? Because I remember you used to like struggle with uploads, didn't you? I swear, if Gratis probably had like maybe better internet, he'd be uploading more often. Petitioned to get Gratis to relocate to a more check Discord. Let's see. Oh. Hello?
Whoa, hello. You're just rapid firing me questions. I'm like, typing in shit. I cannot keep up.
Dude, it's been a while. I see, dude. I don't have the balls to touch Elden Ring. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't, because
don't touch Elden Ring. I know for sure if you touch Elden Ring, you're gonna get sucked into it.
Because I don't look at guides, man. Like, I don't know. Like, people don't believe me when I was like, look at my Genshin. I and I don't have anything against people who do. It's just look at my completion. Like, I don't even have all the Animoculus. I don't have all the Geoculus. Like, I'm just playing through the game however like I do it.
Maria just applied wet
But you play the story quest though, right?
Yeah. I play the story.
Walrus. Who do you think more compatible with
baby.
Iato? If not Ayaka,
I
for
don't do that.
perma-freeze.
Oh, you don't? I'll
I
be
haven't
screwed.
been keeping up recently, but yes, I'm just doing whatever. I'll just play when I feel like it right now. Been grinding Elden Ring and stuff.
Goddamn. Oh, SK Maria, thanks for the donation. Who do you think is more compatible with Ayato, if not Ayaka for permafreeze? Ganyu. 100% Ganyu. Ganyu is like the permafreeze.
Woo!
Yeah, I know Gratis is a Ganyu. Gratis, you have a pretty cracked out Ganyu, don't you?
I'm a Ganyu enthusiast.
Yeah.
I think I might have my Ganyu on display if you still have me added.
Yeah, I do.
Have you added?
Yes. I have both. I have both of your account.
Yeah, both of them. It's on one of them. I think it's on display.
Where is it? There's no way you're down here. You're up here somewhere. Because you don't name yourself
Oh,
gratis.
oh. One is it's the fighting dude. It's the little dude that looks like he's punching. It's like the parentheses 9 asterisk stash asterisk C9.
Wait, did I miss it? Wait, what happened to you?
I
What happened to your
think it's
account?
somewhere down.
Somewhere down? Oh, are
Yeah,
these
it's
both
like-
your
it's like an
accounts?
It's an ASCII face. I
Who's,
don't know. I think I have
who's Twitch.tv
have-
Wilma?
Oh, that's the main account. Yeah, Wilma. That's the main one.
Wait,
Wait, no, is it?
This one doesn't have anybody showing checking for. Okay, this is your Ganyu, the level 81 Ganyu.
Yeah, the one.
Dude, wait,
Yeah,
you're
probably that one.
You're free to play, bro. You're free to play.
Yes, I'm free to play. Shh,
God,
I'm free to play.
dude, look at that. Ganyu is one of those characters. Like, okay. Here's a question for you, right? Do you think Ganyu is ever, at any point, going to become like so like inferior to the point where you're like, she's not worth it anymore? Like, do you think there will ever come a day when that happens? So I'm basically asking
every
you,
day.
power creep.
I sit there, I charge attack every single attack, and I'm not tired of it. It's strenuous at first, but when I look at the numbers, it makes it's also when I look at her in general, it makes me happy. But it's Ganyu life. You can't get rid of it. She's one of those characters that when I heard her, like the hype, I'm like, I need a copper. I need her. I've never done that with any other character. The only one is Ganyu.
Did you get her back in her original release? You did, didn't you? Yeah,
Yes.
you did.
I heard. I saw her in the story quest. I'm like, damn, she's fine. She's so fine. And then I like realized that there were like leaks. Like she's coming out. And, bro, I remember that December or January, whatever it was. Man, day one, I grabbed her as fast as I could.
So you didn't.
It was actually one of my first videos. I think it was one of my first videos. I think it's like the second or third one. Is me rolling for Ganyu.
Oh, it doesn't say it, but it says testing different 5-star pull rituals in Genshin Impact. That's the one.
That one was me pulling for Ganyu.
All right, it's time.
I love her.
Oh yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. What other questions did you have for me? I
Right.
remember you were rapid firing and I just sat there just trying to type.
Yeah. So I was saying, but you did answer a couple of them, right? I was saying, you're not gonna make a full like Elden Ring, but you're gonna like have a bit of it in there.
Yeah. The thing is, when you play a completely different game and
Yeah.
it's like unrelated to the content you're already making, no one's gonna watch it. It's a strange kind of rule for YouTubers. Like,
Yeah.
you subscribe to a Minecraft YouTuber and they play like Elden Ring. Like, what? Elden Ring? Never heard of this game. Upload another Minecraft video. you follow a speedrunner and they just do a 2-hour video of them chill playing Pokemon or something. Ew, speedrun the game.
Yeah.
Slowpoke. So you
It's
kind of gotta stick in your little frame.
yeah, and I think, but like in a way, I find that quite restricting. Like it restricts
Yeah,
your
it's
creative
restricting.
freedom to a certain degree. Like how many, like for example, I was asking, when are we gonna get another video like watch this if you don't have blah 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 video, but like at a certain point you just get to like how much of it is fun for you to make that video versus how much of it is just making it because your audience wants to see that and you're doing it for people.
Those videos are fun. But the thing with, I think if I kept making those videos, they'd still do very well. I don't know. I just kept like having other video ideas that I liked, so I just spammed those out. Also, pre-forming. I look at like other people doing big damage, and I'm like, oh, I could never. I go on TikTok, I see people with like level 1 characters doing 100,000 damage. Like, I'm nothing compared to them.
Well,
These guys have perfect artifacts.
I don't even like I was saying in the stream earlier, like I think at this point a lot of people who are still grinding the game, they have ulterior motives other other than to beat the game.
Whoa, what?
No. When I say ulterior motives, like they're not doing it to like beat Spyro Abyss 12, for example, right? Let's say if you 36 starred the Abyss, what are you grinding artifacts for? Like, what is the point of going back to the artifact domain? Like, you know what? Let's power them up some more. Like at this point, it's just it feels like contingency.
I think it's just hope that there will be a time they'll be able to use these characters. They just like the characters and they want to make them strong.
Even
Those
stronger.
are like the extreme Genshin addicts who go above and beyond. And because they're just those extreme people, you know, they're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really imagine doing that because I would never.
Sussy
But
Scoop NYG
there's
just
always those
applied wet
people who
status.
really want
Damn,
to juice
that's
every bit
hot.
of the game they
I was
can.
reading the
'cause,
chat about my
you know,
team
just
idea.
copium holding
It is a
on.
flex team
Please,
to have
Orange,
good
yeah.
damage and no set rotation and apply
What do you
status
think
is
about
needed.
it?
I have free
Why do you
superconduct
think they still
electrocharge
farm?
swirl heal in one package.
Okay. The honest answer for the most part is just they don't have anything better to do. I just feel like the gaming landscape, Elden Ring might grab people's attention for like a couple months, right? They'll grind it out,
Oh no.
and then
No, it's
you think longer or shorter than a couple months?
Elden Ring is one of those games that it's like Minecraft.
Oh
Not,
crap!
it's kind of like Minecraft in a sense. Obviously, there's like a whole journey and there's a story, and once it's over, it's like, dang, what's there left to do? But you can restart your journey and it'll like completely reset your stats and stuff. So you could like stop playing Elden Ring, come back a year later, and then try out a different. So,
Oh, there
I'm
goes.
you.
Your internet cut off for a bit. Like you said, so and then your voice is completely cut off. Wait, is he gone again? Hello? Yeah. Dude, I was just saying this internet. Yo, Gradis. Check. Wait, he's gone. Wait, okay. While he's gone, Scoop is saying, I was reading the chat about my team idea. It is a flex team to have good damage and no set.
Hello.
Oh, there he's back. Wait, Gradis, let me finish reading this.
Hello.
Yo, I can hear you. Again.
Oh yeah, that answers your internet question.
Yeah.
Still ass.
So I have someone here saying it's a flex team, have good damage and no set rotation and apply status as needed. I have free superconduct electrocharge swirl heal in one package. Yeah, in a way it it hits all the sweet spots, right? Like having a team with all these different options hits a sweet spot. But I think Genshin is one of those games where it holds true that master of everything. No. Jack of all trades, but master of none. Like in that particular team, you're not a master of freeze because Ayaka and Ayato together don't make the best freeze teams you have available to you. But like, would you say you have the best electrocharge team, best superconduct option, the best swirl team? Like none of them are the best. So you kind of have a bit of everything, but in exchange, they're not at their peak efficiency. But then again, like I keep saying, Genshin is not a game that you need to be playing at peak efficiency to do well. So like it's definitely a good team, and it's fun, and that's in part answering the question, right, Gradis? Like, why do people still play the game? What are they grinding for? What are they logging in for? Like yourself, you said you don't play the story quest. So like, what for the most part, what are you looking forward to Sumeru? Like, are you excited for Sumeru or like more for Dendro for that part?
Honestly, the only reason why I play is because there's not infinite resin. So I'll log
because there's not an infinite resin.
leave and then come back and have like a billion. It's the resin system that keeps me going.
Would you look at that, chat? Would you look at that? Who said the resin system is bad design? It's keeping Gratis in it, isn't it? So wait, Gratis, you're saying like if they abolished the resin system, like just completely got rid of it, you would be done with, like, you would reach the end of this game like a long time ago. Am I correct in assuming that? Like you would have been like, oh, I'm done.
Oh, hello?
Yeah,
Can you
hello,
hear me?
hello. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I heard they abolished the resin system. So if they abolish the resin system, everyone would, I mean, they just grind out the game. They just spend a week hard grinding, get perfect artifacts, and just dip. Resin system is kind of what keeps it going, man. That's what everyone needs. You can pre-farm a character and max it out day one, but artifacts, bro, artifacts. There would be no incentive to keep logging off if the resonance system was gone. I would spend just days in domains if it was disappeared. But you
Well,
can't do that. It's not like I don't know, mobile games or whatever.
but like, do you feel like you've pretty much beat the game with Spiral Abyss though? Like, I mean, I'm sure you can clear the abyss. So what is it that you will continue looking forward to beyond that?
I've cleared the abyss once.
You see,
I haven't like grind it out. I
people
don't care too much.
like when I make my videos talking about like end game and like people who beat abyss once, because you do it the first time for the challenge. It's like it feels like a rite of passage. Like, okay, I beat the game, I did it, it's done, it's over, right? But like once you do it the first time, why the second, the third, the fourth? If not the primo gems, why? Is it to test damage, just to like vent, maybe having a bad day, you want to like go kick some ass in abyss? But apart from that, there's really no purpose. And when a game loses its purpose, like the first time was to get the accolade, like I beat the game, but that's the purpose. What's the purpose afterwards? For the 300 primo gems, bro? Like, what is this? Right.
I'm the last person you should be asking. I'm basically just get in there, dip. The only thing that keeps me going right now is the new characters. I just want primo gems and to spend them. At this point, that's all I want.
It's a
I
slot
want to
machine.
gamble. I want to gamble and to satisfy that gambling addiction. And to do that, I log into Genshin. I play a bit. I get them primos. I dip. You won't see me till the next character drops. That's just how it works.
Okay, so
You need to get that gambit itch.
do you pull on every banner, or like it's just the characters you really want? Like Yellen, for example, she's coming out next patch. Like, is that something you're like, all right, we're going in for that?
I don't know much about her. It's been a while.
Okay, so
What if I see someone I need? Like, it's just like whatever I want to roll, and until that happens, I'm saving up. That's like why one of my videos is like me saying like I spent my primo gems after 7 months. And
Right.
that's because it took 7 months to see a 5-star I wanted, which was Yoimiya. So I just wait that long ass time until someone I want comes out, and
So-
then go ham.
okay, all right, that makes sense. That was
Just me chipmunking.
that was my next question. Like, are you gonna be waiting for like another like 7-8 months to save up and do one big summon session? So I guess that answers that question. So
That is
here's another question, right? I watched your video where you played that like Genshin ripoff. Like, holy shit! Like, how you put yourself through that, I don't know. But kudos to you. Now here's my
content creation. It's a curse. Okay, it's a blessing and a curse.
here's my next one. When would you at any point be making that into like a series, like playing other shitty mobile games? I'm not gonna name what games because I need the sponsorships. Not gonna burn any bridges, but you're the typical mobile ads that you see. Like I'm not gonna like ever wanted to experiment with some other games.
Well, yeah. The thing is, when I made that video, I was originally gonna use a sponsor. I was gonna use a VPN sponsor, but I just kind of made it anyways. I didn't wait for them to like reply back, whatever they do. So I told my agent I was gonna make another one because I do have another game in mind. Because I was actually planning on playing 2 games in that video, but the first one just completely burnt me out because it was so bad. So I have another sponsorship with like a gaming phone company. So
Okay.
put that in and use that as the next video because I kind of already promised another one already. So it's going to happen.
All right. See, that one,
little treat for the viewers.
That one
just exclusively for the audience.
Dude, that video sent me into the stratosphere and back. Like, holy shit! Like, I couldn't believe you. The second I saw the first like 3 minutes, like, no, there's no way he's playing more than 30 minutes. Like, I was curious as to like how you're gonna get 30 minutes of footage and stretch it for the rest of the video, but no, you actually went like all out.
I think I wanted to beat the game. I was like, it's a shitty mobile game. I'm gonna beat it. And boy, I watched so many advertisements. Like, you don't know how many. There's like 4 hours of footage, and I bet half of that. I'm not joking. At least half of that is ads. Because like you play the game for 30 minutes, you step on a stupid like bike, and they make you watch a 30-second ad after that. It's the worst. So I bet I paid them the same amount of money I made ads in my own video. I am so pissed. The thing was so painful.
Dude, have you ever thought about just like making commentary videos? Dude, I think you do a great job. You know Moist Critical, right? Like Moist Critical Penguin Zero? Oh. Hello? I think he might have kicked. I think he might have kicked his. What do you call that? The internet receiver. Hello. Oh no. Oh, people are asking. This is gratis status. You guys. I mean, you guys must know. Oh, he's back. There you go. People are asking like, who is this? Is this Gotcha Gamer, bro? It's gratis. It's gratis status. Oh no. I hear him say hello and he's gone again. Hello? Oh no. Gratis. Gratis says he has 5,000 ping. Gratis is that one League of Legends teammate you have during your rank promo series. Gratis is that teammate who's just like, a summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has... Oh, hello? No!
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you again. Yes, you're back.
I didn't disconnect. My Discord crashed 3 times and relaunched itself. My internet's dying right now.
Bro, like with the amount of sponsors you get, have you ever like, reached out to maybe Elon for like like what was it, Starlink?
Starlink.
Is Starlink available? Because I remember you said like you just don't have better options, right? So like, do you have Starlink as an option?
The funny thing is I signed up for Starlink 2 years ago. They delayed it winter last year, which was still a year away. It got to winter last year, they delayed it again, and now it's like undefined whatever the date it's gonna arrive. So what I did was I bought a business deal, but it costs like $5,000 and like $100 per month. But it's like guaranteed to arrive this summer. So I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be great. So I don't know, man. Elon, fight me in a boxing ring. I need better internet. I should just move, bro.
Yeah, like have you ever talked to your but you're still in school, you said, right?
Yeah.
Like where can you move to? Where can you move?
Yeah. Where can I move to? That's kind of there's a lot of downsides to starting content creation as a little baby man.
Dude, I feel
kind of stuck.
I feel like you're gonna feel like a bird who just got set free once you're like off to college. Like you can pretty much go where you want. Are you gonna go to like somewhere away? I guess you probably do. Have you thought about this too much?
it only takes like a 10-minute drive to get to a place with insanely good internet. I don't know why. Life just decided to throw me down the gutter. It's stuck, man. The gutter walls are too high.
But it's good, right? At least it gives you enough time. You know, you space out your content a bit, and they're all high quality. So you know, at the end of the day, you can still make content.
Yeah, I can. Just been. The thing I really want to do more when I get good internet is stream. Stream? Hello, are you there? Is
Yeah.
my internet working?
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it go in the red. My little Discord thing. But yeah, I will immediately start streaming more. Like, bro, if only I could just do my dailies every day live on stream. I can't, because I can't from home. Man,
Wait, like
must
what?
be nuts.
Like when you stream, like how bad is the stream? Like, do you struggle to get like consistent bitrate and stuff?
One, I don't think
Oh,
he's like a hotel manager type thing, not really, more higher up, but he hooked me up with like a room in a hotel to stream. It's not an actual room, it's like an office space in a hotel for like the people or whatever. So he gave me that and this good internet. But the bad part is it's far away. I have to drive an hour to the office. I'm not doing that when I get home at like 3 p.m. from nah.
so
Ain't
wait,
no way.
I was curious because I think you moved to Twitch, right? Like you did a bit of streaming over at Twitch, and then I think you kind of just stopped. So like I never really knew why. So that must have been why. Like you just the upkeep is too much.
Yeah, I've just been, mainly it's just me being busy with school. I got a few AP classes and stuff. I'm one of the nerds, you know. So, doing that, doing Genshin, bad internet.
Oh, we got
doing
somebody.
the best, but I make the best out of it.
We got somebody asking you a question. So, I guess it's two questions. It's from Flowcat here. He said, how long has he been doing content? And also ask him what build he uses in Elden Ring, please.
It's been, I don't know, 2 years. I started during last year, not last year of COVID, but I think 2021, at the start of 2021, I started like actually making things. But like I only upload like once per month now. And my build in Elden Ring is just a mage build. I just use my little glintstone pebble to murder things. Well, I mean, it's like the start. I got more spells and stuff. But yeah, I'm just a mage. I do mage things. I'm gonna do like an actual run through next time. But yes, I have 100+ hours on Elden Ring of me maging around, shooting my Kamehamehas and big moon things.
And Game Archive says, can you give me some advice, new player? What advice would you... Wait, new player to Genshin or Elden Ring?
Probably Genshin, right?
Genshin, yeah. Okay, so Gratis, with your years of experience, what would you give advice to for a new player? Let's hear it. That's wisdom. And his internet probably cut out.
Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
he's back. So, yeah, what advice would you give to a new player from Genshin?
Alright, this will be my last question because I think it's getting worse, the internet.
Yeah. All right.
So, what would be some advice I would give? Well, when you look at your adventure rank, don't be like rushed to try to boost up as high as possible to get to the next story. Take your time, log in daily, just try to get invested in the story quests. And until you get bored of them, well, whatever. So just try to have fun, you know. Build characters however you want. Watch guides if you want to build your favorite ones. Just don't try to limit yourself to cool meta, whatever, unless you're like into the meta or whatever. Just play the characters you think are most hot. That's the best advice I'll give.
I think that's That's one of the best advice you can give to any player playing the game. But the problem is people don't take that advice seriously until it's too late. You know what I mean? Until they burn out, then they realize like, oh shit, like maybe I should have, you know, took things a little slower, maybe enjoyed the process a little more. Like that's what I've realized with people. Like I've given this advice, I've seen tons of people say this, and people ignore it until it's too late, until like, damn, like I wish I kind of took it a little slower between AR-30, AR-40s and stuff, and not just like min-max everything. But it's a good advice. It's just people don't take it seriously. So take it seriously. You know, really slow down the pace, even artificially, just to enjoy it a little more. It's true. Anyways, thank you, Gratis. It's always nice when you just pop in, right? Like, dude, I'm just like glancing over, like, oh, Gratis. Dude, I thought you were like on hiatus.
Oh, I'm just around, you know. Pop in whenever.
You dropped the April Fool's video, I believe, was it? You dropped your April Fool's video, and then like
it's been 23 days. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of one of those. I'll upload whenever kind of YouTubers. You might see me this month. You might see me next.
Keep us on our toes. Keep us on our toes.
That's why you better subscribe with notifications on to see when I upload in a year from now.
Always on, dude. You're like you remind me of some content creators. Like their content just slaps so hard, but they upload like once every year.
Yeah, I'll be that person for the Genshin category.
I'm looking forward to your next. Yes, looking forward to your next one. Thanks for your time, my friend.
Yeah.
Until the next time. Peace. Peace. And that was Gratis Status, people. I mean, most of you guys know him. Some of you guys probably watched his videos without even realizing, because the dude just he finds his ways to get you. Really something else. Very inspirational. Indeed. Marcus Bullock said, damn, I'm subscribed and didn't even realize. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like you guys go check. You're probably subscribed to Gratis and you don't even know it. Chris Tan says, don't play any quest or world quests when you are busy and rushing. Play the game during weekends when you have the mood to read through dialogue. You will find gold in Genshin. Good advice. Good advice. It's all part of the package of taking it slowly, right? I think that's great. He sounds chill. Yeah, Gratis is great. It's unfortunate his internet holds him back. You know? He's kind of like a beast that is like sealed away. Oh, he's only allowed to use 5% of his powers, or else he would be too powerful. Tohora says, most gacha games allow you to watch ads to restore stamina, res, and rotator. What do you guys think? Would it ruin Genshin? Yes. Yes. Because Genshin is about the immersion. Alright, okay. I'm saying yes in my opinion. Because Genshin is about the immersion. There's nothing on the screen that is like not useful. Like, right? Imagine if there was a button like here that says like watch ad. Or if you press this, like for example here, and then there's an option that says ad right here. And then you can click it and get like 20 resin every 2 hours. Like it's on a 2-hour cooldown. You can watch the ad every 2 hours. Like it just feels out of place for Genshin. And I think they pull in enough revenue to the point where, you know, they don't want to cheapen their product for money. Right? The quality is here. This game is so polished. It's like if you're playing League of Legends and every time you go back to base and you're missing like gold for an item, you just watch an ad while you're sitting in base to get the gold. You know what I mean? It just feels cheap. It cheapens the product in a way. And I think there's a time and place for those type of things to exist in a game. Like if you spent like $20,000-$30,000 on your game, and your team consists of like you and your dog, sure, slap some ads in there. You need to make the extra dollar, make the extra dollar, right? It's not nothing. Nobody's gonna shun you for it, because that's just the kind of game you're like working on. But this kind of game, like, can you imagine like the scale of it, and then having ads in it? It just leaves a weird taste in people's mouth, right? It just feels odd. Imagine like you're fucking running along the fields here with Ayaka, and suddenly like state of survival pops up. You know, it kind of takes you out of the game. It breaks the pacing up. Scully, Hoyo listening in, that might be a great idea. There is no way Hoyoverse would implement that. There is no way. They have too much dignity. They have too much dignity. Hoyoverse is greedy but far from the greediest. Yes, they're like the bourgeois greedy. You know what I mean? They're like the bourgeois greedy, and not like your local. Even their other games don't do that. Yeah, like they just. I think Hoyoverse is trying to set themselves up to be like the premier, right? The top dog of this category. They want to set industry standards. And I guess like those gaming companies don't, like, most of them do that because they need the money, right? They can't say no to the money. But like if you ask them, is this like something you're proud of doing? Of course they'd say no. I think next patch is also going to be a relatively slow patch. I don't think they're going to give us another Archon quest right after this one. So expect 2.7 to be slower. Like, how many more days do we have? Wait, the live stream's coming up. Is it not? In a week or so? Archipelago rerun? There's a chance Archipelago is coming back. The patch live stream, is it next Friday? 29th? Is it next Friday? Chat. Yeah, it's next Friday. Next Friday is gonna be the live stream. Damn. Once and for all, we're gonna find out what's up with Yellen. We're gonna find out what's up with Yellen. I am worried for that character. I think the hype is so, and I think we have to give it to the people. It's because they want the game to be good so bad. They want this character to be good so bad. They will find any reason to love a character, right? And all the power to them. It's just, if we can all be a little more reserved, a little more patient. Talk about this stuff in like your own Discord, private Discord servers, share it with friends, you know. And like leakers are gonna leak, theory crafters are gonna craft, right? News channels are gonna share. Who am I to deny them of that? I'm just saying, be prepared to meet the repercussions. Didn't you say she got nerfed, Erotic? I was reading my comment section of a video of me talking about it, and literally, like, 2 hours after I released a video saying like I'm worried for Yellen because, you know, the hype is like too much, right? Literally 2 hours after that video dropped, she got nerfed apparently. I found out through the comments and I was like, okay. And then the next day, it kind of was like a knee-jerk reaction video. I was like, I was like, hey man, like we gotta stop snitching on ourselves from this stuff. And people were like yeah. we're kind of just giving ourselves away at this point. Like we're fighting against the cause. But you know, it is what it is. We'll see how things turned out to be when she comes out. There's less than a week, right? It's next Friday, 6 days from now. We're gonna find out exactly what's going on with this character. Let's just hope things work out, right? If she ends up being like amazing, good. I'd like to be wrong. Like I said in the video, I would really much want to be wrong. I wish I am wrong about this. I wish Yellen comes out and she's going to be the first character in a long while to be amazing. And I hope that's true. I hope the video is just way off. I was worried for nothing. But I'd rather be worried for nothing than not worry at all and then have it slap me across the face. That's just how I see this. All right. So we're nearing the end of the stream here. Oh, that was a nice one. Pretty much talked about everything we want to talk about. Nice to check in with you guys. Let me just a good round of applause for you guys. Thank you. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday, and I guess next Friday we're gonna do the giveaway that we said we were, right? Sanzu was saying he wants to sponsor another giveaway. It's between Ayaka, Miss Splitter, and Yellen. I believe that's what he said. So that's what we're gonna do for next Friday. So tune into the live stream. We'll do the giveaway at the end of it. All right. Thank you again. And if Gradis is still here, thank you for stopping by, man. Always nice to chat with you, stay up to date, see what all other content creators are doing. And happy birthday to the guy from the start of the stream. I hope the stream turned out to be something that kind of lifted your spirits. If you're not here anymore, still, you know, wherever you are, wish you a happy birthday. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. All right. I have a video that I was planning to release yesterday, but because of MTash video, I kind of resonated a bit with that, so I didn't make it. But it's about how expensive different teams are. So it kind of leans into what we were talking about, hyper carries, right? Toho says, applying wet status before you go. I'm wet. I'm soaked. Let's hear the message. I want to see how it reads out.
Sussy Toho just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Applying wet status before you go.
Thank you, my friend. Always appreciate you guys for doing that. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.